Welcome to my channel. Hi dear viewer, welcome to my channel Elevate with Uche. It's such a great pleasure doing this again. Now, over the course of the week, something happened. One of the very best exports we've had from Nigeria in the creative space, in the fashion space, trended. Sometimes you look at her designs and all you can see is pure magic. You can see talent, you can see grit, you can see a lot of qualities that just make you give her her crown. She has designed the wedding gowns of a lot of celebrities. She has designed the outfits for a lot of female celebrities. That's what she specializes in, designing for females. Her hands are blessed. She is super duper talented, extremely creative, and has done well with her fashion business. Isn't a marital relationship a relationship between two adults? What was the way you pet it? And I don't know, maybe I am overthinking that, but I want to believe that when you're dealing with an adult, some things are not, they are just what they are. You just calmly express yourself, you communicate. Oh, I won't be able to do this. Like another like adults, that's what I think. That's how I see it. Anyway, when this video trended, some of us who will oppose or who are not in support of such, of course, had to speak up. And that's why I am speaking up now. We have to express our thoughts and say no. Marital rape may not be a thing in Nigeria, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Any kind of sex that is not consensual or that seems forced should not be encouraged, even though it is between couples. That's what I think. Secondly, this is 2025. There are some narratives we shouldn't be pushing, especially when you have a very influential platform or when you're very influential. There are things that you should not peddle, or there are things you shouldn't promote or propagate. And I think this is one of it. It is leaning more towards misogyny, and it is leaning more towards patriarchy, where a woman seems like she doesn't have her bodily autonomy anymore just because she is married. And because the husband is the head, she has to submit to the needs of her husband, even when she is tired. Thirdly, I want to ask, what kind of husband? Because if I want to have a husband, I would rather have a husband that is considerate, that is sensitive to my own needs. A husband who, when I say I'm tired, I won't be able to do this today, he can let me be, let me rest, understand that I am not so much in the mood. Because sexual relations is something that both husband and wife should enjoy. So when she just lays there and allows him have his way, it's more like just use me as your tool to get whatever you want. I'm just a tool for your sexual pleasure for that night or that time that this is a need for him. If he doesn't have it at that point, what will happen? Won't you rather a man who is considerate, who can say, okay, let's wait till you're well rested then? Take your time. I'm not making it look like it is always a man's need, putting a man's need ahead all the time, ahead of yours. Because how does it even sound to tell a woman to just lay there, no matter how tired, just lay there? Somebody who is tired, who should be resting, who you should tell to go take some rest, you're saying, hey, just lay there and open your leg. And we are doing this in 2025. No, let's not. Let's not do that. Let's not propagate such messages. It is not to be encouraged. It is taking us backwards. We don't want to go back to some dark days. We want to move forward into the light, and that's what we are going to be preaching. We'll rather men who are sensitive, who are thoughtful, who will exercise self-control, who are understanding to the needs of their wives, such that when your wife says, I am extremely tired, I can't do this now, you don't push and say, okay, just lay there and let me just. Any man who does that is an inconsiderate person, is an inconsiderate man. So we shouldn't give this kind of counsel at bridal showers or whenever you have the opportunity to speak to a bride to be or a wife. A lot of messages that we keep propagating that doesn't augur well for the autonomy of a woman, for a woman respecting that she is another whole full-blooded human being who can make choices, who have likes, who have dislikes, and all of that. Everything is not about a man or her husband. We should put each other's needs, into consideration and also serve one another. In love, when you love a person, you want their best. So Veekee said this, and voices were raised. Some voices rose up to counter what she said, and my voice is part of those voices. That is it, and that's all I have to say for today as my reaction to the video. Thank you for watching. It was such a great pleasure doing this. Before you go, make sure to do one or two of these: like, comment, and subscribe. One or two of these. When you subscribe, it gives more people the opportunity to watch this video. And of course, I want you to do that. Please subscribe, like, share. I'm going to be bringing you another interesting video next week Sunday. Share your thoughts with me what I talked about is concerned, and we will continue with the conversation in the comment section. I am wishing you a fantastic week ahead.